Hello again, kitties out there in viewerland. Thank you for joining me again on my vlog. I promise tonight won't be as somber as last night was. We'll try to keep a little more upbeat. Uh, so, I often get asked, what kind of music do you listen to? Well, with me, I have a pretty wide variety of music I listen to. Mostly I listen to what's commonly referred to as adult alternative, which is kind of the softer side of alternative. I don't like the real punky, hardcore crap, but my favorite band is a band called Our Lady Peace. They're based out of Toronto. They have 8 albums out. I own all of them. They're awesome. But I like everything from, obviously my adult alternative, but I like a little bit of the harder stuff. I like some metal. I do like some country, not a whole lot. I don't like rap. That's just out of the question. Not a fan of jazz. But mostly it's just, I don't know, I have kind of eclectic tastes. When I make a mix CD, it's a little bit of everything. I guess it just depends on my mood, what I want to hear. So I end up just playing whatever. I actually find it hard to make mix CDs because I never know what I'm going to want to put on there. And sometimes I can listen to one CD in my car for a month, and other times I have to switch it within a day or two. But it's okay when my CD player works in my car, of course. Because sometimes it just likes to act up. Not that it doesn't play, it just doesn't like to give me my CD back. I guess it kind of decides to dictate what I'm going to listen to. Oh well. So the move is getting closer. Again, still a little nervous. I haven't really done any packing, so guess I probably am going to have to do that. Probably start that on Wednesday and Thursday. My next day's off. After I get my inspection, of course, so that my car isn't illegal anymore. Not much happening tonight. Work was pretty slow, and it wasn't anything crazy, so that wasn't too bad today. And I'm running out of topics. I'm not sure what else to talk about right now. Let's see. And here I go with the whole pausing thing again. So bear with me. I know you'd rather I just constantly talk, and, well, obviously I'll keep talking even when I don't exactly know what to say, because I don't want to just sit here knitting, because that would be boring as hell. I'm surprised that you guys don't mind listening to me just ramble, just almost incoherently, and just kind of go off on whatever. I'm glad you're here, though. I love having people listen. This is kind of nice because a lot of times I'll get a, tell me about you, and, well, what do you say? Well, now I can say, go watch my vlog. Then you'll know all about me. Actually, you know what? I guess I could discuss my past a little bit. So I didn't have the easiest childhood. My parents divorced when I was 1. I don't actually have memories of them being together. So, don't feel bad for me. I never knew any different. It was just, they were always separated. I lived with my father and my 2 older brothers. He had custody of us. My 2 younger sisters are technically half-sisters. They're not by the same father, so my mother obviously had them. We lived with just us, my father and my 2 brothers, until I was about 6, and then my father met my stepmother, and she was an awful, awful person, and I'll explain why in a minute. When I was 7, we ended up moving in with her. She was evil, like in the purest sense. Alright, so I guess this vlog's not going to be as upbeat as I thought it would. So, basically, from age 7 to age 14, when I was finally pulled out of the house by the state, I got beat every day. Like, not just slapped. I mean, beat. Closed fist beat. And it was always over stupid stuff. I remember one time I had left a glass of water on the counter, and she, like, said it would go stale, and she beat the crap out of me for it, and it was just... This woman was awful. There was only one time that... My father wasn't around much because he worked 2 jobs, so he wasn't really there to protect me. And he mostly worked nights, so he slept all day when he was there. And one time he did actually see... she had beaten me so badly that she split my lip open. And my lip was gushing blood. And I went running to him and caused a huge fight, but somehow she ended up keeping him, and God only knows how. But that's okay, because in 1996, she caught E. coli and died, and I know I shouldn't be excited about that, but I was. I was, like, really excited about that, because this woman tortured me for 7 years of my life. My only escape was school, where I got picked on by everyone. But that's okay. That was just in grade school. I was taken out of the house when I was 14, so I basically got to have a fresh start for high school. And my brother Jason gave me the best piece of advice that I had ever gotten, and it worked very well for me. He said, before I went to high school, he's like, don't be the one to approach people. Let people approach you. And that's exactly what I did. I sat quietly in the back of the room, and people came to me. I think it was my friend Mandy that was the first to approach me, and we were in chorus together, and in homeroom together, and she kind of, got me into the group and introduced me to other people. And after that, I was actually pretty well known, mostly for my voice. I was in chorus, and that's really what I was known for. After people got to know me, I was rather loud. Pretty much everyone knew at least who I was. Maybe not knew me directly. I did come out in high school. I came out in my senior year. I graduated a year early, so I technically graduated as a junior. So I actually came out in high school that year in a football town, which actually kind of frighteningly gave me a lot of respect, because people were like, oh my god, I can't believe you came out in this town. But it was okay. I did have one teacher that was kind of an asshole about it. He failed me. My only fail in the entirety of my high school years was from him, because he didn't like the fact that I was gay. He was also the football coach. Douchebag. But I was a good student in high school. 3.25 GPA, so B- average. That's not bad. Wasn't stellar, but it still was, good enough. I never went on to college. I am going to be eventually going to college. I want to get my bachelor's degree in nursing, actually, if you can stand it. I'm not going to go through the whole LNA process, and I'm going straight to the top. I'm going right for RN. I'm not going to wipe asses for a living. It's not me. But I do like to care for people. I'm very much a helper. And that would definitely be, I think, a career that would be good for me. And who knows, maybe I'll move on from that. Maybe I'll start out as a nurse and pursue more in my medical career. Who knows? Who knows? You never know what the future brings. All I know is I'm not looking forward to going back to school because I hate homework. Homework was the bane of my existence. I could have been an honor roll student if I'd only done my homework. I remember in biology class, my teacher agreed to never make me do homework on one condition. Because he's like, you ace every single one of your tests. I got 100 on every one of my tests. Every single one. It never failed. Because I caught on to biology, really quickly. It was amazingly easy for me. And he's like, you would have an A in this class if only you would do your homework. He's like, so we made an agreement. He's like, I won't make you do any more homework if you continue to get 100s on all of your tests. So I did. And I never did homework again for that class. It was fantastic. I wish I could have done that with the other classes. It was good. I really loved biology. And that's part of, what's driving me towards like a nursing career, because that's what really interests me and what I really excel in. Always been good in science. Not so much in other subjects, though. Math, not really. English, I have a very large vocabulary, but my grammar sucks. So does my spelling. My spelling is awful. Thank God for spell check. It's probably a good thing I'm not typing this, that I'm actually speaking it instead. But that's okay. I have a very expansive vocabulary, which is good because I'm a poet. So sometimes you need to come up with the words that most people don't generally use. Because poems are better if they rhyme. So sometimes you gotta fit something in, but it has to at least mean the right thing. History was my worst subject. Just not good in history. Not that I didn't like it, I don't know why, I just didn't do well in history. Yeah. Science. Science was my subject, that was my forte. And I just drew a blank on what to say next. My train of thought has been derailed, so to speak. That's okay, I'm running out of time anyway. So I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap this up then, since this has already been relatively long. Thank you again for watching, and I hope that you watch next time I post. Have a good night.